Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Eddie Show. I'm your host Eddie Ray, where we do tips, tricks, and tutorial videos for live streamers, gamers, and content creators. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to create text graphics for your YouTube thumbnails online for free. Stay tuned. Welcome aboard everyone. Make sure you hit the like button for the video, and if you're new to the channel, hit that red subscribe button below. Now I won't be showing you how to make YouTube thumbnails here. We did that in our last video, so I'll be including a link to that in the description. But this video is all about how to make really cool looking, vibrant, and eye-catching text graphics for your YouTube thumbnails. And I use a really cool online tool and resource, so there's nothing to download here except for the graphic you make after you're finished. Now, if you want, you can use these text graphics for, again, YouTube thumbnails, any kind of online advertising for websites. You can even use it in print media too, like business cards and posters. So you can really use it wherever you want. It's really up to you. So go to cooltext.com. We'll just Google search that, and this is the resource I've been using for many years now. In fact, I'm not even sure when I first came upon this website, probably maybe 5 years ago, and I tend to go back to it almost every week for things. So first result here is Cool Text Graphics Generator. It's totally free. So there will be some ads on the website here, but those are just Google AdSense ads, so that's how they make money to keep the site running for themselves. You can log in here too. I have never done that, so I'm not quite sure if you can register for something, but what you first see is a bunch of text logos or graphic styles, and upon first impression, it looks pretty cool. Some of them maybe look like they're from the 1990s, especially these animated GIFs here. They're kind of neat. And you can use these online, of course. But for thumbnails, it's just a static image you're going to be creating. But really, there are infinite possibilities here because these are just the styles you can use. It's 128 styles, too. Click the next arrow here. There's more styles. All different colors, outlines, fire, some have borders. That's 57 of 112, so we'll click one more time here for you to show you a bunch of them, and here is the remainder. So yeah, you got quite an array of different styles to choose from now. The really cool thing is you can choose from a boatload of fonts, which then you can adapt for these styles. So go to the top of the page here. That's where I usually begin, is clicking on fonts. And you have all of these categories here. Most popular, you can click on that and you'll find the most popular fonts used on the site. And it lists them as the 100 top free fonts. If you hover over them, they do show you them up close and zoomed in, which is kind of nice. But there is literally hundreds of fonts here. If we go back, you can also click on the newest fonts. So they probably add some fonts here. I'm not sure how often they do, but these are the newest fonts. There's a Pepsi looking font here. Some of the fonts may be related to gaming as well. There's a Counter-Strike font, there's a GameCube font. So lots of categories you can choose from. And the categories cover a wide array again. So we have Asian, brand name, classic, dingbats, famous, fun, graffiti, games, flourish, comic, brush, black, cool, cartoon, decorative, a ton of fonts for you to use. So we're going to click on a category here and get a font. Now I'm going to be doing a little example here for a gaming thumbnail. We'll be putting some of our text today on top of a background for the game of Skyrim for our kind of just example today. So we want something kind of mystic and magical. So let's see what we can find in that. Looking for a category here, futuristic. We don't really want futuristic. There's tribal, traditional. Let's see here. Girly, curvy, ancient, possibly. Let's click on ancient here and see what we have. So here are the ancient fonts. I kind of like a couple of these. So the other cool thing here is you can actually download fonts from the site as well. So then you can install it onto your computer and then utilize that font you download in any kind of word processing program or photo editing program. But we're going to do everything online here. It's very convenient and a nice tool to use. Nothing to download once again, except for the final graphic we make. So we're going to choose this one here. So it's called Morris Roman Black. Kind of like this style. I think it looks really neat. So now, once we click our font, all of the previous logos or styles we saw before are now already in that font. So you get an idea of what it will look like for your end result. But there's still plenty of things you can change about it. You can add outlines and shadowing. You can change the colors too. So let's see here. Keen is pretty cool. I like the look of that. There's also the fantasy kind of logo style. That might work well for Skyrim. It's also dragon. Let's go with dragon. That'd be kind of nice. Has this kind of very mystical quality about it. All right, so then here you come to your logo text. When making text graphics, I wouldn't recommend typing in a whole paragraph. Even in sentence, probably plenty. I usually work with 3 to 5 words or so. It's best you actually break up sentences or paragraphs if you have to have a longer set of words, to break them up into 3 or 4 words for one graphic, and then make the next graphic for the next 3 or 4 words. That way you can actually bring them together then in your photo editing program. All right, so here we go. We're going to click on backspace and we're going to type in our own text. So again, we're making this example for Skyrim. So we can use all capitals, but we won't use all capitals here. I almost got lost in Skyrim! Exclamation. And there we go. So give it a few seconds to respond. Again, you're doing this online, so let the tool do its job. And without doing any changes, there is the dragon style with this font we chose just a few minutes ago. It looks pretty awesome. We can change text size down here. If you're using this on a high-res graphic like a thumbnail or a poster or a website, you can make the size much bigger than you need it, and then scale it down if you have to in photo editing. So we'll make this 250, and then we'll click in the logo box just so it recognizes we're changing the text size. It does its magic, and there we go. We're going to click on Create Logo over here. This will actually make our logo now. And there we go. We have our logo up here. And again, there's ads here. Don't worry about the ads here. You won't get any kind of viruses. These are just to support the cooltext.com website. That's how they stay free and online for you and providing this tool. Totally free again, which is just amazing. All right, so you can download, you can edit if you have to. You can get the HTML for it. You can also email it to yourself. And you can share it on social networks like Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn, and that kind of thing. Okay, so we're going to click on download. Give it a few seconds here to download the text graphic now to our computer. All right, it is downloaded now. So we literally made this text graphic within a few minutes, and I was kind of explaining things too. So the process will actually be much quicker for you. The only thing that will take a while is just you figuring out what style and what font you want to use. Now, let's say we wanted to edit this. So we're going to click on edit, because besides the style they give you in this kind of logo style, we're going to click on image, and you can do a few more little things with this. You can change the format of the file between GIF with transparency, no dither. We can make a JPEG file out of it if we wanted to as well, a PNG or PNG with transparency. You can also click on composite, and you can add a different layer here along with it. So there we go. We just typed an amazing name, and that gives us a little bit of an extra layer here on top of our original logo. And again, the reason the screen is so big is because we have a larger font size that we chose, so it kind of scrolls across the page, but it's not a big problem whatsoever. So adding layers is pretty cool. You can add extra text and different styles within one graphic if you'd like. Let me show you a few other things you can do. We're going to click on edit again and say that we like this, but we don't like it all in one line. So we can actually break this up a little bit. We're going to do this. We're going to space out a little bit here by pushing enter. Right after the word got by a space. And let it do its magic here. It's loading up here, as you can see, a little icon ticking back and forth. And there we go. So this may be a little bit better for our thumbnail because it isn't quite as long. It's more of a squashed in version of the text graphic we made earlier. So we have I Almost Got Lost in Skyrim. And again, it's the same font size, just we space out the lines a little bit more here for our thumbnail. And we can create this, and there we go. Now we can also center this, so we see how I Almost Got isn't quite centered. So if you want things centered, you can also do that in the edit. Click on edit, and this is the way of doing it without having to edit the actual file at the end. Hit the space bar here, kind of move the first line over a little bit, let it do its thing, and that's better. We'll create logo one more time, and that looks much better now. Everything is kind of centered. Let's download this. All right, that is downloaded now as well. So some of these styles you won't be able to change the coloring or the shadowing in them. They're kind of set in stone. Others you can actually pretty much go full force into editing all of the colors, outlines, and shadowing too. And I think some of these will actually let us do that. I think Tribal lets us do that. Again, these are all just in the category that we're in right now. So let's find a different category. We're down here. These are general categories. Let's go to the main page here for logos. Go back to fonts, actually. Let's get our font once again. So we're going to re-choose our original font. I think we had Ancient. Click on that. Let's go with this one here. So this font is Imperator, small caps font. So we can actually download it here, as you see, as I mentioned earlier. But let's pick a different style that we can actually edit the coloring and some of the shadowing and see outlines too. Here we go. Let's click on Keen. All right. So we're going to type in what we had in before. I almost got lost in Skyrim. Make sure we center this. See, this font here has the words a little bit close together, so we could space this out by making a space in there. There we go. All right, so here we go. We have some more options now. We have logo. Click on logo. You can click on gradient to use a gradient to color it if you like. All of these are to your choosing. I'm not sure if we want to use a gradient though for this, so let's go back. Let it reload our text words here. So we'll click on logo. And again, we can click off gradient here if you don't want to use a gradient. But you see all the options here you have to choose from. Let's just change the colors a little bit here. Kind of make it a little bit bright, but not too bright. Go for like maybe a greenish for the start color, and the end color, let's make that a little bit more red. Maybe a bit brighter there, and there you go. So again, you really have infinite options here to really customize this to whatever you need, which is the most amazing thing ever. And this is a totally free tool online. All right, so you can do a horizontal gradient too. We have an outline color, which is already black. We're going to keep that black, and I want to make it a little bit wider, so we're going to click on the little arrow here up. Maybe go for 5. That's pretty good. Now we're going to click on shadow. Right now it's no shadow, so let's do a shadow. There's sharp, light blur, medium blur. We'll go with a medium blur. Then you can offset this with the X and Y axis. Let's see here. Do 5 there. We'll go negative here, and there we go. So you can kind of see the shadow there we have. And the color and the opacity, you can also change this down to 60. And again, it's really customizing these text graphics however you want for your own needs. Whether you do photography, whether you do gaming, whether you're into sports, whatever you're making thumbnails for or graphics for, you can find a font here and a style and customize it for your needs. All right, and I think we're done here. Again, we don't have to do anything here. We can do alignment and things like that too, but we're going to click on create logo. But first, Let's make it a little bit bigger. So back to text, back to our 250. Let this do its thing here. Boom. We're going to scroll down here and click create. And there we go. Now we can download this. So I really like this font style. The coloring, I just kind of did some random colors just to show you guys what you can do here. But we're going to download this and actually import it into our Skyrim background for an example thumbnail. Okay, so if you missed our thumbnail tutorial, do check out that again. I'll be putting a link to that in the description below. I like to use Pixlr, which is again free online photo editing software. So we're going to type in pixlr.com. So yeah, the amazing thing here, again, you can do all this online for free. Nothing to download besides the graphics you actually create. We're going to click on Advanced Pixlr E here, and it already has my little history here for Skyrim. I made this the right size earlier. It's 1280 by 720. So now all we have to do is import our other graphic. Go to File and Open. I'm going to find this image here on my hard drive. Our text graphic from earlier. We have two of them, so I actually import both. All right, so here is the first one. So we're going to actually drag this. We're going to get the marquee select here and select everything. Edit and cut. Select our Skyrim wall background. It was zoomed out, so zoom back in here. All right, and we're going to edit and paste. Now the text graphic here is a little bit too big, so we can scale it down pretty easily. Again, I wanted to make it bigger just to make sure that it wasn't too small, because if you have to scale it, you kind of lose the quality and resolution of the text graphic. So make sure it's bigger than you need. It's probably the best bet. Go to Edit. We can do a free transform on this if we have to, just to fit it in for you all today. And boom, a quick little example. We're going to click Yes to apply that. And there you go. There's a Skyrim background with our text graphic we made. I almost got lost in Skyrim, and if we wanted to, we can also blur the background of the Skyrim. I showed this earlier, of course, in our thumbnail tutorial, but to show you how this text graphic can really stand out here, I'm going to click on Apply, and there you go. Bit of a blurred background with our text graphic kind of really popping out of the scene there. That's really awesome. All right, so we're going to remove this layer. Let's bring in our other cool text layer. This is the last graphic we made. So let's actually resize this here. We know it's too big already, so click on Image, Image Size. So it's 2301 width. We know our thumbnail is 1280 width, so let's make this 750. And that gives us the automatic height of 212. Click Apply, Marquee Select. I'm going to cut this, click our Skyrim wall, edit and paste, and boom, there we are. Move it over here, and you got that. And there you go. So there's our Skyrim background, once again, blurred a little bit, and there is the cool text graphic we made from cooltext.com. So yeah, whatever you want to use these services for, do check it out. Go to cooltext.com. It's totally free, and it's really easy to make text graphics for any kind of thumbnails or websites or posters or business cards even too. I recommend just kind of playing around with the fonts that you see there, choosing a few that you like, choosing different colors and different styles, and seeing what works best for you. And there you go, a really easy way to make some really amazing text graphics with little work. You're doing it for free and online too. What's better than that? So go to cooltext.com, try it for yourselves. Let me know the results you get as well. Any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'm Eddie Ray for the Tech Eddie Show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next time.